The United States has asked China to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but Beijing has not committed to the request. As the long-awaited meeting between President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping has been delayed. The delay in Trump's visit to Beijing is seen as a strategic move by both nations to reassess their priorities amid the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. China's decision to withhold immediate assistance in the Strait of Hormuz comes as the U.S. faces mounting pressure to resolve the situation without significant help from its allies. The Strait, a critical waterway for global oil trade, has seen increased tensions as the conflict in Iran intensifies. U.S. allies have thus far refused to step up to secure the Strait, leaving the U.S. to seek alternative diplomatic solutions. Chinese diplomats have been engaging with Middle Eastern countries to ease tensions, emphasizing Beijing's diplomatic engagement in the region. Additionally, China has provided an emergency humanitarian package worth $200,000 to Iran. This highlights its commitment to regional stability and potentially countering U.S. influence in the area. As the U.S. focuses more on the Middle East, there are concerns among Asian allies about a potential distraction from the Indo-Pacific region. Transfers of military assets from the Indo-Pacific to the Middle East have raised questions about the U.S. commitment to its stated priority of refocusing on Asia. The situation remains fluid, with both the U.S. and China reassessing their strategic priorities amid the geopolitical tensions. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is holding a briefing today following the central bank's decision to maintain interest rates at 3.6% for the second consecutive meeting. The decision comes as the ongoing conflict in Iran has pushed up oil prices. This leads to significant increases in gas prices across the country. Powell's announcement follows a period of economic uncertainty, with gas prices averaging $3.79 per gallon nationwide, an 88-cent increase from the previous month. This surge in fuel costs is complicating the Federal Reserve's economic projections and policy decisions. Economists predict that the Fed may revise its forecast to show no rate cuts this year due to the rising inflation and potential economic slowdown. The central bank's decision to keep rates unchanged aims to balance the risks of higher inflation against the possibility of economic downturn and increased unemployment. Powell will release a set of quarterly projections that could alter the outlook for future interest rate adjustments. As the Fed navigates this challenging landscape, the decision underscores the delicate balancing act required to manage the economy during times of geopolitical uncertainty. This week's meeting will also be one of the last with Powell as chair, as his term is set to end in May. The situation remains fluid as President Trump's nomination of Kevin Warsh to replace Powell faces delays due to ongoing legal issues. Powell could potentially extend his tenure if Warsh's confirmation is delayed. The situation continues to develop, with the Fed closely monitoring inflation and unemployment trends to determine the appropriate course of action moving forward. Iran continues to export millions of barrels of oil despite ongoing conflict, with nearly 90 ships crossing the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz since early March. According to maritime data, many of these ships are engaging in dark transits, evading Western sanctions to transport Iranian crude. The Strait of Hormuz, crucial for global oil supplies, has seen a significant reduction in shipping traffic since the war began. However, Iran has managed to maintain its oil exports, with China, a major buyer despite sanctions, playing a key role. Recent diplomatic efforts have also facilitated the safe passage of vessels from India and Pakistan. Oil prices have surged above $100 a barrel amid the conflict. To stabilize prices, the U.S. has allowed some Iranian oil tankers to cross the strait. Analysts suggest that Iran's control over the strait could lead to further limitations on oil tanker traffic, potentially driving prices even higher. The situation remains tense, with ongoing negotiations and the strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz continuing to influence global energy markets. Juliana Stratton, the lieutenant governor of Illinois, has secured a surprising victory in the state's Democratic primary for United States Senate, defeating Congressman Rajakrish Namorthy. The win came after a late surge in support and a significant endorsement from Governor J.B. Pritzker. This includes a reported $12 million cash injection. Stratton's campaign focused on opposing Trump's ICE policies, calling for the outright abolishment of Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE). This stance resonated with voters, giving her a decisive lead with nearly 90% of the vote counted. The race was closely watched and competitive, with high voter turnout of over 1.1 million votes in the Democratic primary alone. With Senator Dick Durbin's retirement, the seat is expected to become a Democrat-held seat in November. If elected, Stratton would become the sixth black woman to serve in the Senate, joining Angela Alsobrooks and Lisa Rochester. This marks a significant shift in the race, with implications for the upcoming midterm elections. The situation is still developing, and officials are awaiting the final vote count and potential legal challenges. A United States judge has ordered the reopening of the Voice of America, VOA, and the reinstatement of more than 1,000 VOA staff members, effectively reversing closures that took place under the Trump administration. The decision, handed down by District Court Judge Royce Lamberth, mandates that the broadcaster be restored to its previous operational state within a week. The VOA, established during World War II to counter Nazi propaganda, faced significant reductions in staffing and operations under the previous administration. In a broader move to cut funding for international broadcasting organizations, the Trump administration accused the VOA of left-wing bias. This led to the dismissal of over 85% of VOA's workforce, leaving only a few employees on administrative leave. Judge Lamberth's ruling cites the lack of principled basis for the VOA's closure. This emphasizes the broadcaster's mandate to serve multiple languages and regions. The decision highlights the importance of judicial oversight in maintaining the integrity of governmental operations, especially concerning international communication. While it is unclear if Kari Lake, the head of the United States Agency for Global Media, will appeal the ruling, the situation remains under review. The reopening of the VOA is expected to have significant political and legal implications. This underscores the ongoing debate over the role of international broadcasting in American foreign policy. In a significant development, United States Attorney General Pam Bondi has been formally summoned by the House Oversight Committee to testify regarding the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The hearing is scheduled for April 14th. The committee, led by Republican Chairman James Comer, aims to investigate possible mismanagement and seek insights into the release of documents under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The subpoena comes after Nancy Mace, a Republican lawmaker, introduced a motion accusing the Justice Department of a cover-up. Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act in November 2025, which led to the release of millions of documents. However, the Justice Department has faced criticism for alleged mishandling and lack of proper redaction. The summons underscores the growing political pressure on the Justice Department to fully disclose and properly manage documents related to the Epstein case. As Attorney General, Bondi is expected to provide valuable insight into the department's actions and compliance with the Transparency Act. Bondi's appearance before the committee is expected to continue the scrutiny of the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein case.